Yo, what's up guys? Corey Sandman Sandhagen here. Welcome to another week of breakdowns. Today we're going to do Rosas' dominant grappling against Turcios. Rosas definitely knows how to grapple, so we're going to get into some of the things that he does really well in order to pin people to the mat, obviously take the back, and how he didn't get choked against that like really sunken in rear naked choke. Make sure that you guys are checking out Strandlife Wealth Management. Link is in the bio. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace. Let's get into the breakdown. All right, cool guys. Let's talk about a couple of the things that happened. That Rosas did a really awesome job in being able to control. What's that dude? Turcios. Another breakdown where I can't pronounce anyone's name. So let's talk about what Rosas was doing really good and like how his pressure kind of works on top a little bit. Mostly what he does, and he did this like almost immediately when he gets the takedown, he climbs to a body lock underneath, okay? So boom, I'll take you down this direction. Okay, so once he gets the takedown, guys, Rosas immediately jumps to go to sit up a second. When they go to get up, he immediately locks this body lock underneath and starts to drive back in. Okay, this makes it so that Elias doesn't, or my opponent doesn't have any space really to work with here. And especially if the cage is right behind you guys, it's like a major pain in the ass because you can't scoot yourself away to try to make space. You're just pinned against the cage with someone that has the most powerful lock, which is like double under, or your body lock underneath, which is a mega powerful lock, and it really sucks, okay? So when he locks his hands underneath, he does a really good job also of climbing up and passing, but he never does anything that makes it so that Turcios can get underneath or go away, okay? The two main ways that guys get up from bottom is Elias gets an underhook, and goes deep on a low single, okay? This can only happen if I let Elias get underneath my head. He cannot come up on a low single without getting underneath my head. So if I have a body lock, go ahead and try to get a low single, even if you have an underhook. Like, that is not going to happen. If I'm like this, now he can start to climb to the low single, okay? The other way is typically by people turning away. There's also the wizard too, where they'll like whizzer down here, of course. But when I have my hands locked like this and Elias tries to move his hips in that way, go ahead. Like that can be really difficult to do. The other way that people will get up is that they'll turn away. You could go that direction. That would make more sense. Boom. They'll turn away, give their back, and start to climb up, which can be a little bit sketchy if you don't have really good back defense. And if you're fighting a really good back taker and someone that's really good at chokes, which we saw Rosas was, maybe not like your first move. But because Rosas had this body lock underneath, Turcios, you could tell, was really trying to get and dig for underhooks and get underneath Rosas. Rosas is easy to say. Okay, so he's trying to get his butterfly hooks. Let me handle the body lock again. And he's trying to kick me out. Go ahead. Boom. And you see a lot of this from Rosas, okay? This is like really difficult to deal with if you're bottom guy, okay? If you're trying to kick me out with the butterflies and dig underneath, go ahead. This can be like really not the most fun. Even if you do get underhooks, go ahead. Like, I can just kind of make myself a really big shape here, and it makes it really hard for this guy to get underneath me, which is, and come up on low singles and things like that, which is definitely what dude was trying to do, okay? That's kind of how Rosas, his pressure works. He gets body locks. Go ahead, butterfly again. He also had a couple really good when he would kick him out. Rosas would get over this knee here with his chest and then start to smash that direction, which just makes everything like way worse. These are kind of like your lines of defense when you're in butterfly, but if you kick me out, boom. And I can get my chest across or my knee inside. Then I defeat this, which is what Rosas did like a super, super awesome job of. So if you want to have pressure like Rosas, who did a really good job, once you get the takedown, climb to that body lock. It's a mega, mega powerful position. It makes it really hard to turn away, and it makes it really hard to get underneath and come up on low singles. You can't like do the best work because your hands are locked and you can't really punch and stuff, but if you're trying to just go for control time, it's a really, really awesome thing to know how to do, especially when they do get like something between us like butterfly. Let me lock my hands again. And they get something between us and I have really good base, go ahead. And I just don't let him move me and get underneath, and then I can just start to defeat his knees and pass and do all that good stuff that Rosas was doing. So really awesome job on his part. One thing that we'll talk about here that I'm sure was a little bit confusing is the rear naked choke that Turcios had. I got it right? I'll just say like Perseus. The reason that this didn't work, guys, is because the angle was a little bit off and Rosas was way too low, okay? If I have Elias's back, okay, and I have this choke, even if I have this in like really, really deep, like right now it's super deep, but Elias is scooch a little lower, and he's here, and his chin is tucked, this like makes it so that I can't really get as much power on it. It also makes it really hard for me to be able to move my body. Hope the mic didn't get messed up. It makes it hard for me to move my body in a way where I have him where I want so that I can get my choke in and rear naked choke here, okay? But if they're too low, even if I have this, I'm like squeezing in a way where I can't really use like my back muscles. I kind of have to use like pulling down muscles, which you could definitely still get a ton of torque on, but really hard, okay? When I have him higher, even if it's on his chin, like I will be able to finish that like that. But when they're too low, you just can't get the same bite as when they're up here. So that's the reason that that worked. I'm gonna do my best to not make any chin jokes or anything like that, because I actually think Rosas is kind of a super inspiring guy, just because it's really cool that he's that young and already in the UFC. But that's kind of what happened in that fight, guys. The way that Rosas pressure works, he gets double unders, he doesn't let it go, he doesn't let people come up on low singles, he doesn't let people turn away, and when they do, they have to like fight the risk of course, Rosas taking his back. Also, that rear naked choke was just, he was just way too low, which actually was probably on purpose on Rosas's part, because you could definitely tell that that kid can super, super grapple really well. So yeah, that was that fight. Like, subscribe, comment, check out the other ones. Peace, I love you, bye.